Drugs. See your girl in the park. System overload.
Wait, what the fuck? Alright, full-time family, looks like we're not going to be starting the show with an intro today, but that's all good.
This is Sean
There
O'Malley.
it is.
You're watching Full-Time MMA. Don't be a bagel-biting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
We are starting the show with an intro. Just wasn't working for a second, so salute to the full-time family. What is going on, everybody? It is bright and early. I got work today, and hey, I woke up early. Normally, I might fall back asleep, right? If I could let the dogs out in the morning and shit, because I went to sleep late. But I said, you know what? We're about to wake up bright and early and do a show. We got a lot of news to talk about, full-time family. It is Thursday. That means it is 2 days before UFC 230. Cormier versus Lewis. It's going down in Madison Square Garden. Weidman versus Jacare and more. Going to be a crazy night of fights. Fun night. A lot of New York talent fighting in Madison Square Garden. A lot of people fighting near home. There's a lot of favorites, potentially a lot of upsets on the card. Gonna be a fun card for sure. Let's give some shout outs to the full-time family, but man, it's early. We gotta start the show off in a special way, guys. You know we gotta start it off with some motherfucking tunes. So I'm gonna pull up the chat. I'm gonna give some shout outs to the full-time family right after we get hyped for UFC 230 in the right way. This fight's not still on the card, but boy, UFC Yankovic threw the fuck down, so we're still about to listen to Diaz versus Poirier, because this fight was supposed to be at UFC 230. Oh, I hope I can find this for you guys. I'm probably not going to be fucking able to. I saw the most epic poster ever for UFC 230. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll play the song, and then I'll try and find it while it's playing.
First off, fuck Nick Diaz and fuck you, Nate. East side, when we ride, come equipped to bang. You claim to be a fighter, but don't fucking fight. You puff on fat joints, sit and stuff your pipe. I'm an American top team, training hard as shit. Nathan Diaz and the Scrap Pack are some mark-ass bitches. I'm throwing punches up in bunches at your grill. Keep them coming, cause I'm gunning for the kill. You know the deal. Nick Diaz, where's your girl? I heard you beat her. Maybe you're fighting her cause you can't buy a win in the UFC. And Gilbert Melendez currently riding a 4-fight losing streak. Y'all got Cesar Gracie fights him in these streets looking weak. I let you niggas know that it's beef for life, then let the east side ride tonight. Scrap Pack murdered on wax deceased. Fuck with me and get your ass beat. Grab your Glocks when you see the diamond. Call your squad when you see the diamond. When I rock you, bitch, I'm coming for the finish. UFC 230, Nate Diaz gon' get it. Nigga, I hit him up. Get out the way, yo, get out the way, yo. Dustin Poirier's nuts just dropped, yo. You got the fucking nerve to talk about my brother and this girl. So at UFC 230, I'ma fuck up your whole world. Is it Poirier or Poirier? Cause I ain't never heard of ya. Chokes and slap attacks when I'm serving ya. It's Nate, it ain't Gaethje. No, you can't break me. I broke Michael Johnson and he had your face aching. And I broke McGregor, they both almost knocked your head off. The only way that you can fuck with me is if I fell off. And if I was baked, but since that ain't the case, at UFC 230, bitch, I'm stocked and slapping your face. I hit him up. Take money.
Yo, what is going on?
Hey,
Full-time family, let me shut this off.
UFC 230's going down. Nate Diaz, Dustin Poirier. Make sure you take
that off. Now let me show you guys what they did. Alright, so this is a poster. I think I saw it on Reddit and I thought it was hilarious, but I can't find it on Google now. So with that being said, they took this UFC 230 poster and they scratched off the P. They put a C. Core. They scratched off this I. They put an M. Cormier versus this guy. And they put a picture of Derrick Lewis right here. So it said Cormier versus this guy. And this was Derrick Lewis. So I just thought that was pretty fucking funny how they altered the poster because it's still at UFC 230. But yeah, with that being said, we've got some news to talk about, full-time family. Let's pull up the chat. See who's in here with us early this morning. PK Boxing and MMA in the building. Salute to PK Boxing and MMA. What is going on, good sir? Poo Poo Man in the building. Thought he was first, but not quite. Jorge 1 in the building. Salute to the wrench gang, 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 gang. What's going on? Doug Lewis said thumbs up. Oh, yo, salute to Doug Lewis. Thanks for finishing your bagel. And everybody else, when you're finishing biting on your bagels, do your boy a favor. Don't be a baby back bagel biting bitch boy. Smash that thumbs up button. Cam Murphy in here bright and early with us. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki says, we working early today, fam. Yes, sir. Never a bad time to talk about some MMA. Also, it's bright and early. You guys know what that means? Some of you might not, because some of you might have been newer to the channel. You might not be familiar how full-time gets down when it's not sober 2018. But, it's early. Time for some motherfucker. And I also want to play another song, but it's definitely time for a good wake and bake. So if you finish biting your bagels, two things you can do. You can either smash that like button, or you can do both, or you can fire up, because it's time for a wake and bake on this bright and early show. But also, you guys know UFC 230 is still going to be headlined by Derrick Lewis versus Daniel Cormier. Let's play this Rap Devil. Really get this show started. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gonna be me and Volkov just put this guy on his back? I hope you know no one is scared of you, especially not DC. And you can call me Daniel Cormier or Double Chips. You know you cannot beat me. And yeah, I'm talking to Lewis. If you want to scrap, we can do this. I know that you're black. I know you're a beast. I know that you're fat. You're stupid. I'm back on my bullshit and liking my crew. At UFC 230, I'll spaz on this fool. He's not gonna beat me because he's lacking the tools. This nigga can't breathe.
What he's lacking the pool. No cardio, hope. And it's probably gonna show when I take him down and I beat him up, because it's all that I know.
They call me Daniel Cormier. I'm coming to defend my title.
If he thinks that he can beat me, then this motherfucker psycho bitch, I'm gone.
I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back, let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat, let's talk about it.
I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats, let's talk about it.
I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back, let's talk about it.
Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. Hey, Clayton Funky says, Derrick Lewis is gonna win. Not counting him out by any means, but Daniel Cormier is the double champ for a motherfucking reason. Now, with that being said, we got Khabib Nurmagomedov speaking with the media, and he's refusing to attend the Conor McGregor Brawl hearing that is set, I believe, for December 10th. And he's saying, I'm not guilty. The fuck am I going to a court for if I'm not guilty? It's not the way it works, Khabib. Don't do this, dog. And my boy Now and Later told me to plead with Khabib. He said, please tell Khabib, don't do this. Because Khabib will get suspended indefinitely. And you know, just play ball, brother. You know, you jumped and you did the fucking flying eagle kick, play ball. Don't play this, I'm not guilty, I'm not showing up to court, because that's not how it works. You don't show up to court, you're automatically guilty. You don't even get to defend yourself. So, you know, like, that is not the way to play this out. Now, I got no direct line to Khabib, so I can't plead with him that way, but I guess I can use the show, and maybe some brand custodian at AKA or something listens, and they'll pass the message along. But, if that is the case, guys, please tell Khabib, don't do this. Show up to court. If you feel like you're innocent, if you feel like you're not guilty, defend your side. Explain what was going on. Explain what was said. Explain what made you leap that motherfucking cage and flying eagle kick Dylan Dennis one time for the one time. And by the way, thanks to Khabib for that. Because I'm sure a lot of people would have loved the chance. Well, actually, just love to see someone flying kick Dylan Dennis. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to do it as well. But we'll step away from that. But it was still a sight to see. So respect to Khabib. Now, with that being said, we got Bruce Iron Lion Television in the building. Let's go. What's going on, Bruce? What's going on, brother? Good to see you here. Early with us this morning. JB says, might indeed, Cam. It's his way of retiring. Now, there has been talks of Khabib retiring early, and that would be unfortunate, you know, especially with Khabib in the biggest position of his career he's ever been in. I mean, he just beat the face of combat sports, the face of mixed martial arts, Conor McGregor, in a fight. He kind of took his place in a way. He's still not as big as Conor, but boy, he's fucking up there now. So to get to that spot and retire would be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to. It would be unfortunate for sure. I guess you could say dumb, but if Khabib doesn't need any money, right? then okay, I get it. Just retire. You ain't getting punched in the face anymore because you're already set. You're already well off. Well, okay. But if you do need money, if anyone in your family needs money, if you know what I'm saying, if you want money for your kids and their futures and all of this shit, it's at your fucking feet right now. Like, Khabib's talking about slapping up Lesnar and boxing Mayweather. A lot of that's got to do with money, so hopefully he won't be retiring, and this isn't his way of retiring. And maybe just a little bit of posturing, I don't know, to his fans, like, listen, guys, I'm innocent. You guys know that shit. Like, I don't know. But here's what Khabib had to say. He says, I'm not going to Vegas for the court. I am not guilty, he told Bein Sports in Turkey. And so he doesn't feel guilty, I suppose, for... and if you're talking about the brawl, he's definitely not guilty, I would say, for the brawl in the cage. But the brawl in the crowd, that's I was going to say 100% on Khabib, but I guess we'll give 5% to Dylan Dennis. I guess just for one, for looking like Dylan Dennis, and for two, for possibly saying some slurs. I mean, definitely not going to put that Dylan Dennis. Khabib's team alleged that, well, TMZ and the people courtside or cage side and Khabib as well talked about the disrespect, at least verbally, that came from McGregor's team. And one of the words specifically that they said Dylan Dennis said before the flying eagle kick, and this was from first eyewitnesses, you know what I'm saying, so it's hearsay. But the people that were cage side, according to TMZ, were saying that Dylan Dennis called Khabib a Muslim rat. And that's not too far to put past Dylan Dennis. Maybe he didn't say those words exactly that night, but we've definitely seen Dylan Dennis on Twitter even since then calling people rats and shit. And it's not like Muslim is the fucking... It's not like Muslim is the word that is a racial slur. Muslim isn't a slur. But now when you fucking put that together with rat, which we know you call people, but is even that enough to get drop kicked in the fucking face, right? If you're cage side, now of course to some Muslim people, they'll do more than drop kick you in the face, you say some shit like that. But if you're a fighter in the UFC and you're the one that's supposed to be humbling this team and these people with this shitty trash talk that offends everybody, if your job is to beat them and humble them, you are at least part to blame when you jump the cage and you fucking flying eagle kick that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And if this were any other type of court, and of course it's not the court you think of when you think court, this is the Nevada State Athletic Commission. But in any other court situation, that's not how you defend yourself. You don't say, I'm not guilty, I'm not showing up. You know what I'm saying? If you get fucking charged with something you didn't do right, like this happened recently. For some reason, some fucking cop pulled my girl over, and then he pulled me over like a week later, a different cop. And they said our tags were expired. I'm like, motherfucker, I just paid these things 3 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, I just renewed my tags. What are y'all talking about? Gotta go to court, show them the paperwork. But I don't just say, oh, I'm not guilty. I know I paid for my tag, so I'm not showing up to court. No, that's how you lose your fucking license. You have to go defend yourself and let them know what happened. Hey, they pulled me over. I'm showing you I just paid my shit. And they're like, oh, okay, you clearly paid it. You have a fucking receipt. And they say, all right, you're good to go. When you're not guilty, you still got to defend yourself. So we shall see. But that hearing is going down December 10th, and that's also supposed to be where McGregor and Khabib are going to be finding out the potential suspensions as well as fines for the UFC 229 Brawl. So, with that being said, my blunt went out, but I didn't want to light it because I was in the middle of that, and I wanted to fucking get it out. Bubba G says, Khabib said they started, I just finished. Well, if you just finished, you better see if the commission or the court agrees with you, because if you don't show up to court, brother, you're just going to be guilty. You're going to be guilty if you don't go to court. Cam Murphy says, yeah, but I did say it. If he beats McGregor, then he'll retire with that record. Yeah, I don't think he's going to retire, though. Man, people thought McGregor was going to retire before Floyd. They thought he was going to retire after Floyd. There was people telling me, oh, Conor's never going to fight Khabib. Even when the fight got booked, there was people that said, Conor's still not ever going to fight. I'm telling you, watch, he's going to pull out. I said, bro, he's fighting. And with Khabib, I think it's the same thing. It might not be Ferguson, but It could be GSP. It could be Mayweather. It could be, and maybe it's not UFC. If he actually somehow, if they fucking sold a fight with Mayweather, or he's talking about slapping up Lesnar, man. He's not doing that so he can retire, in my opinion. I don't think he's talking about slapping up Lesnar and boxing Mayweather so he can retire. I feel like he's building his name even more with those potential matches. So we'll see, but I honestly don't think Khabib's going to retire next. If he doesn't go to court, maybe he gets a full suspension. Now, I just thought about this. If I was a Tony Ferguson fan and a fucking... Like, I need to be more like Skip Bayless. Like, I shouldn't tell you guys I should just start with the angle. But I should fucking, like, Tony Ferguson, man. If he's going to get this fight, the only way I think it'll happen is if Khabib has a decent hearing and he doesn't get the max suspension. If Khabib's only suspended for 6 months, he'll be back in, like, April. He can fight Ferguson, right? If he gets suspended for a year, ain't no damn way Tony Ferguson's waiting a year to fight Khabib. So, with that being said, what if Khabib doesn't go to court because he wants the 1-year suspension? He might not want to retire, but he might want some fucking time off. That's not too much to ask. You just made a lot of money. You're the champion. There was talks of him retiring, so even if he doesn't retire, some time off wouldn't hurt. So maybe he's like, fuck it, I'm innocent. I'm not going to court. Knowing that's going to get him the full suspension. Knowing that's going to get him out of the Tony Ferguson fight. Sorry guys, that was tinfoil. I need like a no, I don't want anything involved with tinfoil. But wouldn't it be funny if there was like a tinfoil raccoon hat for little things like that? But yeah, no. Seriously though, if he doesn't show up, he could be facing a full suspension. I don't know, 12 months or instead of 6 months. So hopefully he does show up to court. But as of right now, he is telling some people that he's not planning on it because he feels like he's not guilty. So we'll see where that takes him. But with that being said, Khabib's teammate, Daniel Cormier, is going to be fighting Derrick Lewis. And you guys probably don't live there. But if you live in Texas, and a specific Popeyes is giving not only Derrick Lewis Popeyes Chicken free for life, but if Derrick Lewis beats Daniel Cormier, this fucking Popeyes is giving everybody free chicken. Everyone eats free from 2 to 4 motherfucking p.m., dog. Road trip. Who's with me? Who's fucking with me, guys? If Derrick Lewis wins Saturday night, we fucking pile in our car. Someone's got to come pick me up. My car's not going to make it. I'm in a hoopty. It's not going out of town. Pile in your cars. Somebody scoop me up. Saturday night, we head straight to fucking this Popeyes in fucking Cypress, Texas. 9120 Barker Cypress Road. We fucking all go overnight. We make it by 2 p.m. And we're all eating fucking free. Road trip? Is that a good enough reason? It is for me. Fuck you guys. No, but seriously, we all know Derrick Lewis. Oh, Popeye's throwing the shade at Daniel Cormier, though. What the fuck is up with that? Ain't DC... He's not from Louisiana. Where's he from? If he's from Louisiana, I'm actually going to be pissed off. Hold on. Let me see where DC's from. Cause I'm going to be pissed off if Daniel Cormier don't have no goddamn Popeyes Chicken sponsorship yet. Louisiana Popeyes Chicken. I just thought, what the fuck? Louisiana Popeyes Chicken? Hold on. What the fuck, guys? I'm sorry. This just threw me off. It's all good. We got show. We got time. I ain't too high yet. I just woke up. What? I thought it was... There's Kentucky... I just realized I said Louisiana Popeyes Chicken. Because where I'm at now, they got like a Louisiana fried chicken or some shit. But I knew about Kentucky fried chicken. I always thought Popeyes was just Popeyes Chicken. What the fuck is up with this Louisiana kitchen shit? They're in Texas, so this isn't a Louisiana Popeyes. Is Popeyes a Louisiana thing now? Somebody let me know in the comments. By the way, I'm still looking this shit up. If Daniel Cormier is from Louisiana, which for some reason that sticks out, I don't know why. I'm going to be pissed, though. Let me see. Daniel, where's Daniel Cormier from not weight class, fucking jits. Wow, fucking Google sucks balls. They're not gonna. He's from Louis. Are you kidding me? I fucking knew it. Are you kidding me? You guys. Yo, Louisiana, y'all are fucking foul for that. Louisiana fucking kitchen. You bastards are going with Derrick Lewis H-Town over fucking Louisiana's own? Why don't fucking Cormier have a Louisiana kitchen sponsorship yet, guys? This motherfucker's been all about that cake and chicken for how long now? My boy Daniel Cormier should have got the sponsorship as soon as he had the pink backdrop and he was dancing with the cake and the fucking chicken. I'm all about that cake and chicken. What the? Nice Team KFC over here. Fuck Louisiana chicken after this. And I fuck with Black Beast, bro. I fuck with the Black Beast. He completely deserves a Popeyes Chicken sponsorship. For sure. But y'all gotta stop by the Double Champ's house first and make the offer. But maybe they're doing this because they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't give Derrick Lewis as much of a chance to win. They probably lose a lot of chicken if they said, yo, everybody eats free from 2 to 4 if Daniel Cormier wins. You probably lose a lot of chicken. There's a lot more chance of Daniel Cormier winning. But either way, bro, DC's from Louisiana, fucking Louisiana. Let me scroll down the comments. Somebody explain this Louisiana Popeyes shit to me, because I didn't know they had a state. Popeyes is Louisiana, says PK Boxing and MMA. What the fuck? Are they rebranding from Popeyes to Louisiana? And if you are, Daniel Cormier is from Louisiana, motherfuckers. Your name ain't Texas Fried fucking Chicken? Texas Kitchen? Man, Louisiana, man. This shit just threw me all type of off, y'all. I wasn't ready for that. When is the Brock Lesnar hearing for assaulting DC, says Reverb Twang. Oh, DC's not pressing charges, man. He's gonna sue him in the way of an ass whooping. He's going to get all the money from Brock Lesnar. Oh, you pushed me? Okay, well, I'm about to beat $5 million out of your motherfucking ass. I'm him, says DC's from Louisiana. I know, ain't that fucked up, bro? That's fucked up. Let's see. If it's just Vegas, he won't go. If it's the whole U.S., he'll probably go, says Jorge. Bruce Einlein says, I don't think Khabib has faced that level of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, man. I would love to see Ferguson versus Khabib, but now Khabib's manager also, he's talking about wanting $50 million. If you want $50 million, you're not going to get that from a Tony Ferguson fight, which would be unfortunate if that's the fight we're looking forward to. Bruce the Iron Lion Television says, I think Tony Ferguson definitely beats Khabib by submission. I don't think of beef is faced that level of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. PK Boxing and MMA responding to Cam Murphy. But yeah, man, so either way, jokes aside, well, that's not even jokes. I'm kind of pissed off at Louisiana fucking Popeyes Chicken because you should have stopped Cormier with the sponsorship first. He's from Louisiana, and he also loves chicken. But Derrick Lewis getting that sponsorship, and he said he shared it to social media. He also did a video we're going to watch for it. Let's see. But he's got a deal with Popeyes Chicken. Not only if he wins will everybody eat free at that location from 2 to 4, but also he's already got free Popeyes for life. Everyone wanted to add another layer to the fast food war brewing heading into UFC 230. Derrick Lewis's manager Malky Cowwood tells me Popeyes Chicken took notice of the beast defending its honor and have struck a deal with him heading into this weekend's fight. Details to come. He said defending his honor. You guys remember when Derrick Lewis said he don't like Daniel Cormier because he disrespected Popeye's Chicken? That's fucking crazy. That's how he got the deal. They're like, yo, you're defending Popeye's honor. We got your back. That's crazy. Malky says, LMAO, Popeyes in Houston just called and gave the Black Beast free Popeyes for life, and Derrick will be on the menu board. In addition to what corporate is doing, let's go Derrick, Popeyes. Now, I seen somewhere, there's a whole video, here it is, it's under here, but just done training, hit the link in bio to get a shirt. Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen represent. The Black Beast, my balls was hot shirt is on sale. Taking a bite of the Louisiana Popeyes chicken. Yo, looking fire. You know how we got the proper 12 for fucking Connor's fight? We might have to get the Popeyes chicken for the Derrick Lewis fight. But here it is. Derrick Lewis's pre-workout. Wait! We are definitely not playing this with sound. Fuck that song. Because they're going to take our whole 30 pennies that we get for doing this show if we just have that little sound in here. So, no volume. We still get to watch. Wait, I'll put on some different background music. There we go. Look at this motherfucker. He's doing sit-ups into taking a bite off the leg. Hey, y'all, fuck what y'all talking about. The leg is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to get all, you know, digging in there in the moon. Fuck with them legs. My balls was hot. Derrick Lewis. Yo, got the Popeyes chicken deal. Salute to Derrick Lewis. That makes things even funner. Well, if Derrick Lewis is going to be repping Louisiana Popeyes chicken, I honestly need to know, what side is Daniel Cormier on? Is he on, like, what, fucking Team KFC or something? What is Derrick, what side is Cormier on? You know what I'm saying? Is he fucking taking the side of... Come on, you're Louisiana, man. By the way, when did Daniel Cormier disrespect this Popeyes chicken? I need to see this video. Are you talking about putting it in that, I'm all about that cake, and chicken? Is he calling that disrespect? Let's check out the Black Beast's social media real quick, man. Let's see. Louisiana's Kitchen. Saturday special, hot balls, 2:30. Oh shit, get it, UFC 2:30. Yo, this shit is so funny. And that's Dana White. Let's see, what is this? The same thing we just watched, maybe? Yeah, it's the same thing we just watched. Okay, so Derrick Lewis, man, got to deal with Popeyes. That's pretty dope. Had a little bit of fun with that. But on a serious tip, he's going to be fighting Daniel Cormier this weekend at UFC 230. And he said, you know, he's not stupid. By the way, if a lot of people think Derrick Lewis is stupid, he's definitely not. You know, he's more of a comedian. I think Derrick Lewis is one of those guys like Shaq. You know, Shaquille O'Neal, one of the best, most dominant centers of all time in the NBA. Big man, 7 foot. Fucking bust out there. But with that being said, he also tried his own stand-up comedy, was also had a sense of humor. That's what I think of when I think of Derrick Lewis. Real fucking funny dude, and if he had the opportunity, I could easily see him stepping onto some like Def Comedy Jam and having some fun at that. But with that being said, on a serious tip, he's saying he sees what's going on. You know, DC's fighting me. He thinks I'm the easy fight. But if I'm just calling it like I see it, I think he's scared to fight Jon Jones. That's why they ain't fighting at Madison Square Garden. It wasn't just a Jon Jones thing. Shoot, DC wasn't ready. You don't want to fight Jon Jones with one hand essentially, banged up, but he's willing to fight me? Okay, thinks I'm an easy fight? Well, motherfucker, I think you're scared to fight Jon Jones. And also, never count Derrick Lewis out. But this is what he had to say. I gotta light this shit up, y'all. Well, I don't know why. I'm like used to smoking outside or something. I always fucking cover the shit, and I'm inside. You know, you cover the lighter when there's wind blowing, but I usually got a fan blowing too or something. But I keep going like this, bro. Like there's some fucking wind in here. I don't need the hand. All right, he says. The reason I think he took the fight with me is because Jon Jones was already fighting in December. he didn't want to wait until January and hear all the media talk about why is Cormier not fighting for the 205 belt. They're already saying he's basically scared to fight Jones right now anyway. He feels like it would be perfect to fight a guy like me that don't have much skills on short notice. Before the Jones fight, he thinks it's going to be an easy fight for him. Yeah, I think he's scared to fight Jones. The guy beat him twice. And hey, he's got a point. The guy did beat him twice. Now, of course, there was circumstances to the second fight because the result was overturned into a no contest after Jon Jones failed his drug test. And the first fight happened to be before USADA, but Daniel Cormier doesn't use that excuse. He's like, listen, even if Jon Jones was on steroids, I fought other guys that were on steroids, and I beat all of them, so I'm not using that as an excuse. But either way, Derrick Lewis says, I don't care if he's taking it serious or not. I know I am. I'm pretty sure somewhat he's taking it serious. Yeah, there's a lot to lose for Daniel Cormier. So he's got to take it at least somewhat serious, because you come in here, completely count Derrick Lewis out, fucking knocked out, lose your heavyweight title. UFC.com already fucking stripped you of your light heavyweight title. It's not official, but don't tell that to UFC.com. They stripped fucking, they don't got him as the light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if, like, behind the scenes he was already stripped of his title, and then he loses, and then out of nowhere he goes from being the double champ to, like, beltless overnight? If he lost to Derrick Lewis, loses the Lesnar fight probably to Lewis, the belt. Holy shit, that would be so crazy. Looks like we got Stamina MC in the building. Let's pull up the chat. I see somebody said, hey Stam. Mic check 1 2. Smoking. What's going on, mic check? Is that Stamina in disguise? There's Stamina. London calling. Bubba G says DC ain't scared Jones. Just know it is his worst matchup. They all avoid certain fighters. Yeah, I'm perfectly said the way you said it. Well, not perfectly, but I get what you're saying, and the point you're making is a great point. But it don't matter who you are in the top, bro. It does not fucking matter who. Everybody at the top has a bad matchup. You know why? Because styles make fights. There's no one style that beats all styles. The only style that is close right now is Woodley's, because they're throwing every fucking style at him and he's smashing them all. The guy he's got left in front of him, Covington, that's a style he's still got to beat. But shit, you look at Woodley, he beat the fucking brawler Robbie Lawler. He beat the karate master Stephen Thompson. He beat the jiu-jitsu expert on a 7-fight win streak, Damian Maia. He beat the fucking Muay Thai master, Darren Till, big ass, tall ass. He's beaten every style so far. But he lost to Rory, of course. You know, he has lost in the past. But I'm saying, as the champion, he's beaten every style thrown at him. Now he's got to face a fucking tough-ass wrestler that's going to potentially be able to push the pace and try and wear him down. And that's going to be a new challenge for Woodley. And we'll see if he can fucking get past this challenge. But there's always a bad matchup in the top for you. If you're McGregor, your bad matchup might be Khabib. If you're Khabib, your bad matchup might be Ferguson or Kevin Lee or Eddie Alvarez. You know, like, it don't matter who you are. There's going to be a matchup that's not your best matchup. And for Daniel Cormier, that's probably Jon Jones. PK Boxing and MMA says, I'm picking DC to be sure, but Derrick Lewis can KO anyone in the heavyweight division. Yes, sir. Bubba G says they can make that 165 class. Woodley has a chance to be a double champ. The thing is that they make 165. Now the Askren's here. I would assume Askren would be 165. Woodley would be 175. But Woodley might be able to try for... I mean, he wouldn't technically be a double champ if he won 175 belt. But maybe 185? I'm not sure. I don't know if Woodley can make 165. Maybe he can cut 5 more pounds. He said it. So would be interesting. Wicked Liquid says, Khabib style seems unbeatable right now. I want to see him and Ben Askren go at it, though supposedly Ben can beat him. That's the word on the street. Well, the thing about that, Wicked Liquid, is Khabib's style seems unbeatable, but he hasn't fought those tough matchups that I named. He hasn't fought anybody at the top level like Ferguson or Kevin Lee or even Eddie Alvarez. He's fought, right? Edson Barboza, Iaquinta, Conor McGregor, all more stand-up fighters. Might have some good takedown defense, maybe some of them better jiu-jitsu than the others, and of course RDA, but that was before he was fighting in the top 5, fighting the champions. Well, RDA might have been like right when he was reaching the top 5. But either way, now as the champion, a lot of, that Tony, that's why so many people love that Tony Ferguson matchup. It's a new style matchup. Tony Ferguson's going to be willing to embrace the grind from the bottom. Pause. He's going to be willing to attack you with elbows and submissions and shit when you do take him down. It's not going to be a guy trying to get back to his feet so he can be in his comfort zone. But yeah, technically Khabib is unbeaten right now. And they're saying Ben Askren can beat him because not only is he that different style matchup, another tough wrestler, but also he's a 170 pounder. You know what I'm saying? So a dominant wrestler or a dominant grappler like Khabib, those skills don't always translate into higher divisions. So that's where the Ben Askren's coming from. Dennis Espinoza in here with the twitter.com/Khabib Army. I was looking for this. I wanted to cover this. Let me pull it up. My boy, breaking news, Dennis Espinoza hit me up and said that Khabib, I believe his team is donating $1 million. Wait, it didn't show me on here. I probably got it on live chat. It didn't let the link through or something. Oh, here it is. It had it on top chat because that's default, and so it didn't show me the link. So here we are. Let's pull this up from Dennis Espinoza. He says, 4th tweet down. This is an official fan account. Alright. Here we go. It says, Khabib donates $1 million for a project in Africa. Not a single MMA journalist talks about it. The only folks talking shit about him. Conor showed up in Boston and gave firefighters some whiskey. Every me playing writes about it. Yeah, but I was looking for, like, where is the link, or I don't know, maybe you have one or not. Where is the source that Khabib donated $1 million? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I might have heard, I definitely heard about somebody donating, like, to a big project in Africa, but I don't recall if it was Khabib or not. Maybe it was, but yeah, I would like, it's one thing if a fan account says that he did it, but yeah, I would like to see the actual Khabib, and if they're not reporting it, how do you even know? So yeah, but Khabib, the Khabib Army, the Khabib fan account is reporting that Khabib donated $1 million for a project in Africa. I haven't seen much on that, but they're saying that the media is not covering it, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, I would like to see at least, because when I saw this quote right here, I looked at Khabib's Instagram to try and maybe find like him saying, look, I'm donating $1 million. But it's crazy, right? Because people, if you make it public, people criticize you. Oh, you're making it public. You want people to know that you're a good person. But if you do it privately, no one fucking knows. And it's just like, okay. But I hope karma got your back, which it usually does. But I'm just saying. Dennis said, I'll look for more validation. Okay, yeah. That'd be dope. But, yeah, so, I mean, I would like to talk about that for sure. I definitely covered the McGregor thing. I think it's super dope that McGregor's, even though it's liquor, you know what I'm saying, profit, I do think it's dope that he's given a share to first responders. I think that's always dope. So, yeah, Stamina MC says citation needed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Careful to report it, but we shall see. Bubba G says them people in Yemen got it rough. Cam Murphy says, I'm sure they'd let people know if he did. Yeah, so we'll look for more sources on that. Either way, could be maybe Khabib's. Maybe you can check Khabib's. Well, I mean, we can. I already checked it out. I was asking Dennis Espinoza before the show where he saw that, because I was looking on Khabib's Instagram. Khabib Instagram. You guys ever be like talking while you're typing and you accidentally write what you're saying? I was about to write Dennis Espinoza in the headline. But yeah, so I mean, it might be on like one of the side notes over here or something. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Khabib's not somebody that's starving for money. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's somebody that was dying for money. So if he made a big donation, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I would like to cover it though. So am I the only one who's got Jacare winning this Saturday, says Forward? Actually, I've seen a lot of people picking Jacare. As far as in the chat when we talked about the fight, I've seen a few people, or on my prediction video, that's when it was. There's a few people that said they had like all the same picks except they were picking Jacare. But yeah, Jacare, he could win. I'm not counting Jacare out by any means. I'll probably give the edge to Weidman, but and partly is, for one, Weidman, I mean, and this doesn't play into the fight at all. You know, this doesn't mean anything. It would motivate you more, but it's got nothing to do with the style matchup. But Weidman, I mean, All-American from New York, and he got the win in Nassau Coliseum, right, which I'm sure is important. But he was on the inaugural Madison Square Garden card, fucking lost, right? That was unfortunate. Now he's coming back to Madison Square Garden. If he loses again, that would just kind of be crazy. It would suck. But it's very possible. Jacare is tough. We just saw him knock out Derrick Brunson. We know about his jiu-jitsu. He's dangerous everywhere. I mean, if Chris Weidman takes the fight to the floor, Jacare is still dangerous. Anything can fucking happen. But I'm giving the edge to Weidman. I mean, you know, MMA math definitely doesn't work normally at all. But this sort of MMA math works a little better, and I'm not saying like, oh, this guy beat this guy and that guy beat that guy, so he can beat him. No. But when both guys fight the exact same fighter, and, you know, I kind of look at the matchups, and so recently, both Weidman and Jacare have fought Gastelum. And Weidman looked a lot better against Gastelum. Maybe it's because his style. But I'll say Weidman did look a lot better against Gastelum in their fights. But that definitely doesn't mean he's going to win either. But, yeah, it's going to be... I think Weidman's going to have to not make a mistake and get submitted. I think he can control this fight for sure in top position. If Jacare starts to get the better of Weidman on the feet, if he rocks him or anything, Weidman's going to have that wrestling to be able to take him down. But like I said, he's always dangerous. Even if you do take Jacare down, good fucking luck. So he's going to have to not get caught in this fight. I think Weidman wins if he doesn't get caught. Unemployed, if it goes to decision, right, you would imagine Weidman gets the dub unless it's a dominant decision one way or the other. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki says, who got Brunson over Adesanya? Now, that's a good question. I don't see much people giving. It's crazy, man. I don't know what it is about Brunson. Maybe it was, who did he lose to most recently? I don't recall off the top of my head. But most recently, Derrick Brunson did lose a fight to Jacare, the head kick KO. But Derrick Brunson, bro, is a fucking beast. He is so underrated, dog. He is so fucking underrated. Like, been fighting high-level guys. Back in 2014, he took Yoel Romero down 3 times and potentially was going to beat him before getting knocked out in the 3rd round. Fought Jacare back in 2012 in Strikeforce. Aside the best fighters in the fucking world, Derrick Brunson has been fucking people up. 1st round knockouts. Great wrestling. Took Lorenz Larkin down 4 times. Yoel down 3 times. Lost to Whitaker. Got a little overzealous trying to get the 1st round knockout and keep up the streak. Trying to jump a stacked fucking top 4. Robbed by Silva. That should be a win. And got caught by Jacare. If he didn't get caught by Jacare, man, this guy's resume is insane. Only losses to Jacare, Yoel, Prime, you could argue both of them, and Whitaker. Beat Silva and got caught here. Bro, Derrick Brunson could for sure pull off this upset. Like, the fact that this is an upset is a little, like, I think it should be closer. For sure, Derrick Brunson can win this fight. But I think the thought is, if you can get head kick KO'd by Jacare, you would imagine Adesanya, who's a better striker, could do it. The question is, can Derrick Brunson get a hold of Adesanya and get back to the wrestling grind. He you know, he's showed us in the past when he's not knocking guys out in the first round, he's got great wrestling. So is he going to be able to get back to that before getting knocked out? Crazy, crazy, crazy. But Brunson could for sure win that fight. Machida Alvi says PK boxing and MMA. Who is MMA Math says I'm him. Stamina MC says Adesanya had better get it done because he's been talking mad crud. Yeah, he's talking a big game too. We will see. Perfect example of MMA Math playing very little into this outcome, says Forward. Dennis Espinosa says only another fan account talks about the 1 million potential donation. I know Khabib would not advertise it. Tweeted Khabib directly. Perhaps he will respond. Yeah, it'd be like, you know, you would think like maybe like at least a Dagestan website, like somebody's got to cover that shit. Like I wonder how the fan accounts even found out, right? PK boxing and MMA. Forward says I'd like Chris to win, but I see him getting caught on the feet. Jacare throws some serious heat and Weidman stays looking slow standing. Yeah, I think it's a fight that Weidman wins unless he gets caught, which would make me give the edge to Chris, because I think Jacare's either going to have to knock him out or submit him, but that's still very possible. Bubba G says Brunson was a competitive cheerleader. Hey, I heard about that in one of his interviews, but that makes him even more motherfucking athletic. He was also a great wrestler. I mean, I don't know what it is from that cheerleading background, but I'll tell you this, Derek Brunson's a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, pause. And honestly, if you're a male cheerleader and you're not gay, that's where it's at, right? I had a dude, he was a yell leader. I knew him. One of my, I used to call him my rich homie Ryan, just because, long story, out of all of our homies, he had like a parent who was the closest to that. So, one of his friends that we met, cool ass dude, went to like some nice college and shit, but he was a yell leader, and this dude wasn't gay. But I'm telling you now, man, he used to put us on game. Like, I'm telling you, this is where it is at. Like, because you're around nothing, right, but bad bitches constantly, and you're the only straight guy. So you become their homie. You get invited to all the parties. You get all the benefits, bro. Like, so that's actually not a bad spot to be in. It might sound crazy, a male cheerleader, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Derek Brunson was in the game. You know what I'm saying? And he's a fucking great fighter. I think even underrated. If Derek Brunson didn't get knocked out by Jacare, I mean, honestly, dude, it's one of those cases. You got to be careful about him getting knocked out. But in any of his fights, and you can say that with other people or whatever, but I'm just saying, he's got knocked out by some of the best fighters in the world. And if he doesn't lose those fights by knockout, Derek Brunson would be looked at as one of the best fighters to ever live. Now, it might sound crazy, but what I'm saying is, if he didn't get robbed by Silva, and that's a W. He got caught in the third round here. But I mean, that's what we say about Renato Moicano. He was undefeated. His only loss was to Brian Ortega. And he was winning that fight. If it goes to decision, he's still undefeated. Didn't happen. But could you imagine if Derek Brunson won that decision against Yoel Romero, which was possible? He took him down 3 times, which is almost unfathomable. But I mean, people don't realize the level of wrestling Yoel Romero's at. For fucking Brunson to take him down 3 times to 0, it almost makes me fucking lose my mind thinking about that. Derek Brunson took Yoel down 3 fucking times throughout the fight, almost won before getting knocked out. This was 2014 Yoel Romero. You kidding me? What if he wins that fight? The record. I mean, and clearly his trajectory would be different, because then if you beat Yoel Romero, you're not fighting Lorenz Larkin next. But I mean, these aren't scrubs. Lorenz Larkin, Ed Herman, Sam Alvey, these guys are not scrubs. They're definitely UFC caliber. So smoked them all. Tried to do the same thing to Robert Whittaker so he could skip the fucking Shark Tank that was the top 4. I fuck with Derek Brunson. I actually would not be surprised if he won this fight. But we got a little more news to talk about. Let's get back to the news. We talked a little bit about Derrick Lewis saying that he thinks Daniel Cormier is scared to fight Jon Jones because, you know, that's why he's taking this fight. And with that being said, I don't think we've played it yet. We haven't played this. We're going to play this song because Daniel Cormier is responding. Oh shit, we had this mixed up. What the hell? I was supposed to play Derrick Lewis versus Jon Jones at the beginning and play Rap Devil now. We already played Rap Devil. Well, that really bite. Well, either way, we're still talking about Jon Jones. We'll play this one now. Let's get it. And it's even better because we already talked about the chicken deal. So, we're going to take an intermission. We're going to play OT Genesis remix, Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier. Derrick Lewis is saying Daniel Cormier is scared of Jon Jones. Daniel Cormier is responding to this. And hey, if Daniel Cormier beats Derrick Lewis, he could be potentially facing Jon Jones for a third time before all is said and done. So, intermission, UFC Yankovic. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit subscribe on this channel over here. Trying to get it to 1,000 subs. Once we do, we're doing a giveaway, and it's going to be a motherfucking party. Let's get it.
Man, I promise I've been getting sick of this motherfucking crackhead, dick pill ass looking boy. I'm about to have.
Oh shit, Chiefin 302, $5 in the super chat. Salute to you, bro.
If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the
bear. Yo, Chiefin 302, thank you so much for that $5 in the super chat, good sir. This is for you and Chiefin. I imagine you appreciate it. Thank you very much for that 5. Salute to you, bro. You put in a lot of work. Keep the channel going, cuzzo. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that $5 in the super chat. Good, sir.
At the serving up. Hey, give me a number 3. Large size. Extra fries. Jon Jones in love with the cocoa. He shoot that shit right through his nose. Then he sandblast all the hoes. Jon Jones in love with the cocoa. Jon Jones is a bitch. Jon Jones got limp dicks. Or is it just them steroids, ho? Anywhere you see some coke, you see Jon Jones. Look, there he go. Gus some beat you fucking crackhead. Had you in the hospital snapping pics looking half dead. And that first fight was a fluke. Oh shit, I ate too much. I think I'm about to puke. Daniel Cormier loves ho-hos, cake, chicken, Snickers, Reese's bars, and them Rolos. Yeah. This fat bitch can't get no hoes.
Cause he done stretched out all his old clothes.
Yeah. I'm about to come take
Fatty's belt at the press conference, looking at me like I'm a patty melt.
So somehow I hope you make the weight. I ain't going for that shit that you pulled off at Towel Gate.
Yo, Corbier's responded to Derrick Lewis calling bullshit when he's calling him scared of Jon Jones. He says Cormier knows better. Or he's saying Derrick Lewis knows better. Let's read his exact quote. Daniel Cormier responding to Derrick Lewis saying he's scared to fight Jon Jones. He said, I was never offered a fight against Jon Jones. That's interesting, right? Considering the UFC was in such a scramble for a UFC 230 fucking headliner, that would be interesting. I mean, you know, the UFC clearly has plans. I mean, and that's just something as a hardcore fan if you're paying attention, right? Because Cormier agreed to fight at light heavyweight before he defended his heavyweight belt. Like, listen, I'm not ducking none of you motherfuckers. What? Who called him out? Corey Anderson, Ilir Latifi, and Cormier was like, yo, if y'all want to fight, have the UFC set it up. Hit up the UFC. Don't hit me up. I'm not the matchmaker. I'll fight any of you. I'm not fighting Gustafsson, though. Fuck him. But I'll fight any of you. So they hit up the UFC. Yo, Cormier just accepted the fight. Oh, my God. They thought they were getting a title shot. My bad. I'm not laughing. Okay, I am. Yo, Cormier just... Look at Twitter. Cormier just accepted a fight with me. Damn. I don't know why I'm laughing. That just seems fucked up. Yo. UFC. Check Twitter. Cormier just told me he'll fight me for the light heavyweight belt. Let's get it. Listen. I know Cormier said that. Cormier doesn't want, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't want you to think he's not scared, but Cormier's injured. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be able to fight you guys. But I tell you what, Mr. Anderson, either Latifi just called us and said the exact same shit. Guess what? It sounds like you're both ready to scrap it out. Fuck it. How about you guys battle in the winter might fight Cormier? Boom, boom, boom. Got that done. So, they didn't get the fight. Now it's going to Derrick Lewis with the fucked up head. You know what I'm saying? But, with that being said, you guys recall, casual or hardcore, the UFC 230 main event drama. The fucking main event scramble. Shevchenko, Eubanks, Diaz, Poirier, fucking Gustafsson, Romero, fucking... You remember the madness of UFC 230 that was the main event. The whole scramble. Well, Jon Jones was cleared right before UFC 230 to fight. And so, maybe the reason the UFC didn't offer that fight is because, like when McGregor offered to step up on short notice in the past, they wanted time to build the fight. Like, we're not going to put Jones versus Cormier, right? Even, damn, that sucks. At Madison Square Garden, because a lot of us thought that would be it. A lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of fighters, everyone, a lot of people, whenever there was still a mystery UFC 230 main event, and Jon Jones, even before Jon Jones was cleared by USADA, we thought somehow Jon Jones was going to be fighting at Madison Square Garden. Well, now, Jon Jones gets cleared right before Madison Square Garden. We're like, oh, fuck yeah, we're right. Oh yeah, Jon Jones is from New York, just got cleared. He's fighting at Madison Square Garden, right? Everybody was just sure. Nope. And he was gonna be fighting Gustafsson. There was talks of at least Jon Jones versus Gustafsson, but they said Jon Jones was talking about pay-per-view points, and there was talks of Jon Jones holding out for pay-per-view points on the Gustafsson at 230, but maybe now they're at 232. And maybe they got something worked out. So as far as UFC 230's main event goes, it ended up no Jon Jones. But we do got Cormier. So maybe Jon Jones wouldn't be ready to fight in time for Madison Square Garden. But now Cormier is, and so here we are today. But Cormier saying he was never even offered a fight with Jon Jones, which is somewhat surprising to me as a fan, because I figured, shit, if we need a main event, I can't think of a better one for Madison Square Garden besides Cormier versus Jones. But maybe the UFC didn't want to put it together on short notice, so they'd rather say, fuck you fans, take Shevchenko versus Eubanks. I don't know how they make their decisions, but we're just fans, so who really gives a fuck? But he says, I was never offered the fight against Jon Jones. Nobody told me to fight Jon Jones. I think Derrick has said it himself openly, that some of the things you take with a grain of salt. Some of the things you believe what he's saying, he's just bullshitting on that one. He's just bullshitting on that one. Like, believe some of the shit, but when he's talking about me, he's just joking. Like, he's just fucking around. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. He said, I'm learning about Derrick Lewis. It didn't make me think this is going to be an easier fight. It's going to be tougher than the general public may believe. It made me understand him knocking out Alexander Volkov wasn't the exception. It was his expectation, because he's fought from the very pits of hell, and he scrapped his way back up to who he is today. He said, I'm going to try and rip Derrick Lewis apart. There are levels to this fight game. I've said that before, and I've competed at a level above most people for a long time. Now, he's doing media promoting the fight. I'm just going to have a little fun here and just nitpick, I guess, even though it is what it is, right? But right here, Daniel Cormier is saying, it's going to be a lot tougher than the general public thinks. And then down here, he's like, I've been fighting at a longer level, at a higher level than a lot of people for a long time. There's levels to this game. So, is there levels to this game and you're way above him? Or it's just going to be a tougher fight than we think. But either way, looking forward to it. It's in 2 days. Main event, Derrick Lewis versus Daniel Cormier. Never count Derrick Lewis out. I mean, he's been down, never out. He's lost a couple fights. Usually there's something going on with his back, you know what I'm saying, with those fights. So that's another thing you got to consider in coming into this fight. Now, his back stayed good enough to knock out Alexander Volkov. It was good enough on him to knock out Volkov in that third round. But whatever back treatment he had going into that fight, is he going to be medically cleared to get another back treatment going into this fight? How does his back feel coming out of that fight? Like, you know what I'm saying? But also Daniel Cormier is banged up, so still going to be a fun fight regardless, and a great card. Like we were talking about a little earlier, the co-main event, Weidman versus Jacare, is also a great fight. So moving on, yesterday was Halloween, and the MMA community celebrated on social media. So salute to bjpin.com and Tom Taylor for putting together this little collage of MMA Halloween. Check out a little bit of this, right? It's kind of like a simp segment, but less for the simps and just more Halloweenish. Halloween simps. George St. Pierre, Darth Maul this year. Not fucking around. Miesha Tate. I ain't watched Aladdin in a long time, guys. I know she's Jasmine here. Didn't Apu have the hat? Or did Aladdin have a red hat? I don't fucking know. It's been a long time since I watched Aladdin. But I don't know if he's Aladdin or if he's supposed to be Apu. For some reason, I thought wasn't there a monkey named Apu with the red hat? Or did Aladdin have a red hat? I don't recall. Either way, Miesha Tate, happy Halloween. Disney, Aladdin, we are the couple. So maybe it's Aladdin and Jasmine. I would hope that that's Aladdin, right? Not the monkey. Like, bitch, I ain't about to be no monkey. I want to be Aladdin. What the fuck? Yo! This is the most lit costume. Oh my god. This is the most lit costume. Oh, this is Olivier Albert Mercier. You guys know who he is, right? For Halloween, you guys see the picture? Give you guys a couple minutes to tell me who you think that is. Not a couple minutes, like more like 30 seconds. Who is that, y'all? Let me see it in the chat. You guys know who that is. I'll give you a hint. Somebody got it. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki. Sage Northcutt. Yo, look at the smile. The thumbs up. This guy is 100%. That's the best costume. This motherfucker's hilarious. Yo, he says, happy Halloween, everyone. Damn, he didn't tag Sage. But, that's Sage. Let's see in the comments. Yo, you know it. They're crying, laughing. They tagged Sage. You know they're tagging Sage. They said, bet Dana will promote you now. So confuse you for Sage. Yo! That's fucking crazy, dog. Fans are lit. They said, I bet Dana White will promote you now. That's crazy. Sage Van Mercier over here. Angela Lee dressing up as beside Chewbacca and shit. Over here is a Wookiee, Mr. and Miss Wookiee. The Mighty Family, Mighty Mouse, a lot of Star Wars. Damn, so Mighty Mouse was Star Wars. Angela Lee, Star Wars, also from one championship. But George St. Pierre, he's also Star Wars. A lot of Star Wars this Halloween. Cowboy Cerrone got his little monster. Happy Halloween, my monster to yours. Daniel Cormier, Madison Square Garden with the fam. Max Holloway, Spider-Man. Yo, that picture's super dope. His son, the dinosaur, Spider-Man, that's super dope. Max Holloway, low-key, legit looks like Spider-Man, right? He should probably be a Spider-Man character in a movie. I say he looks like Spider-Man, like, no shit, he's in a Spider-Man costume. You get what I'm saying. TJ Dillashaw, oh shit. Your buddy's son shows up to your house on Halloween dressed up as you. That's fucking legit. That's dope. That is fucking dope. That is fucking dope. TJ Dillashaw's homie's friend shows up. TJ Dillashaw. That's tight. Ryan Bader, some Halloween fun with the friends. We got a lot of shit going on here. I don't know who all those people are though, so Alright, guys, that's Halloween with the MMA community. Had some fun. I didn't do shit for Halloween. I did some shows, watched a few games. You know what I'm saying? Hung out with my nephew and niece. Didn't hang out with them. I went downstairs. They wanted me to show them their costumes and how much candy they got. But yeah, man, not too much on these fronts, aside from the show. But yeah, so with that being said, another thing I wanted to talk about was a UFC rankings update. It's updated now that Demetrius Johnson is gone. The flyweight division, boy, just don't look the same, does it? Let me pull up the chat though, see what you guys had to say about the MMA Halloween. Cam Murphy said, hey, Mr. P. Mr. Perfect said he is Sage. I'm bugging. I thought it was Askren with that hair, says Chief in 302. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki. Yes, sir, says I am him. Y'all joining the panel tomorrow, guys, says Forward. Yeah, panel tomorrow for sure, and my sleep schedule is right, so we'll have quite a bit of time, especially if I wake up as early as I did today. Bubba G says, making me want to smoke. Got ish to go do. Amen. Don't let that get in the way. What you need, sir, is a good sativa. Sativa, you smoke, and that's not what I got, right? I just gotta power through that shit. But that, I hear what you're saying, but the weed that you smoke and makes you not want to go do anything, glues you to your couch, that's the end of it. Because, bro, you smoke some sativas, that's gonna get you more prepared for your day. That's what you need. That's what you need, Bubba G. And that's coming from a fucking rookie. I'm not a rookie, but you know what I'm saying? I don't live where they got the dispensaries and the fucking medical, you know what I'm saying? Cam Murphy says, not in Dublin's bleeding freezing now. Horrible. How can GSP be fifth if he's retired? Well, he actually came back out of retirement and fought Michael Bisping, and he's flirted with coming back. So GSP might be back soon. Actually, there's reports that George St. Pierre versus Khabib Nurmagomedov is actually in the works. He's not. Not yet, says Stamina MC. Yeah, he's probably going to fight one, maybe two more times, at least one. Aaron Jones says, what up, full-time love listening live while at work. What up, Aaron Jones? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I'm about to be getting to work myself, man. Mr. Perfect 2005, responding to Cam. JB says, where you from, full-time? New York? No, sir, the middle of the map. Well, the middle of America, I should say. I am from fucking Kansas, dog. Stamina MC says, nah, just taking stock of his health after the colitis, etc. Yeah, the health, and he's already saying he's cool with retiring if it's not a big fight. Like, I might retire. I'm getting comfortable with the idea of retiring. Like, I might come back if it's something that super interests me, but if it's not a huge fight, he's not going to be fighting him anyway, plus the health thing. But he'll fight through the health if it's the right fight. So, but that would play into him probably retiring early. That's part of the reason. Kim Murphy says, there's no place like home. Dorothy and shit. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so let's check out these rankings, guys. You can see Demetrius Johnson removed from the pound-for-pound rankings, which made room for one more fighter on the top 15, and that is Dominick Cruz slides his way back into the top 15 of the pound-for-pound list. And Dominick Cruz, honestly, was in this list for a long time. I mean, he used to be in the top of it before losing to Cody Garbrandt, but after losing to Cody Garbrandt and then TJ beating Cody Garbrandt, he was knocked out of the top 15. But now Dominick Cruz, without even fighting, right? Because I was thinking, well, if he was under Cody, where's Cody at? Is Cody still on here? I didn't see Cody on this list. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have Cody on here. So how does Dominick Cruz move above Cody Garbrandt, right? Without even fighting. Cody lost, but he still beat Dominick. So, Dominick Cruz back up here, and as a hardcore fan that's shadow banned, I'll tell you guys, that might give credence to, if you guys recall, about a month ago, Dominick Cruz's, one of his training partners or friends, teammates, somebody that rocks with Dominick Cruz heavy, they came out and said that Dominick Cruz versus TJ Dillashaw was next. They said Dominick Cruz, TJ Dillashaw, coming soon, rematch, some shit like that on Instagram. But Cejudo versus Dillashaw right now is also being looked at and talked about, and they've made some appearances even in the media. Not MMA media, but we saw Dillashaw and Cejudo face off on TMZ. We saw Dillashaw and Cejudo face off on Mario Lopez's show. So they faced off like a potential champion versus champion match might be coming up, and like it might be next. But at the same time, it's not a done deal. There was a report that came out in the last week. It was a rumor, or maybe it was an actual report, that the UFC is working on Cejudo versus Dillashaw for UFC 233. And that might be the case. It's in Anaheim, California. Dillashaw, Cejudo, they're both, I'm pretty sure, familiar. Well, yeah, they're for sure. They both just fought at UFC 227, right? They literally both just fought in California, in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. It was Dillashaw versus Garbrandt and Cejudo versus DJ. So they just fought. So now we're going to Anaheim, California. That would be a good place for those guys that fought in California to now have a champion versus champion super fight in California. So that would be a great place for that fight if it does come to fruition. Cejudo versus Dillashaw, Anaheim, California, UFC 233. There's talks of that. But there's also a lot more on the hush-hush. Dominic Cruz's homie came out and said that it's probably going to be Dillashaw versus Cruz. Chael Sonnen came out and kind of backed that up, and I'm putting shit together. You got to be boom, boom, here, there, you know what I'm saying? Chael Sonnen, he said there's talks of Dillashaw versus Cejudo, but since Dominic Cruz's friend came out and said that Cruz and Dillashaw's next, he's probably right. But there might be something to the Cejudo-Dillashaw thing, but he's probably right. So Chael Sonnen, he kind of was like, okay, yeah, the dude was probably onto something. He wasn't just bringing that up out of nowhere. So we'll see. I mean, the bigger fight, casually, I guess, maybe Cejudo versus Dillashaw. It's the champion versus champion fight. But if TJ Dillashaw if they can't get that fight done, because there's talks of closing the flyweight division, there's talks of some of those guys coming up to 135, and some of them going to 1. If that division gets closed, then yeah, you got to move Cejudo up. But my thoughts are, I think Cejudo is the last chance to market the flyweight division. He's the last fucking chance. Couldn't sell Demetrius, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Okay, well, Cejudo's a different story. He's, for one, Mexican-American, speaks multiple languages, Olympic gold medalist. He's willing to talk a little trash, willing to sell a fight. So, if people don't buy into Cejudo, they might close this division. And if they're already planning on doing it, then yeah, we might be seeing Cejudo versus Dillashaw sooner rather than later. But if Dillashaw fights at bantamweight, the fight that's going to be made 100% no-brainer is Dominic Cruz. Now, if I was on some MMA Frontier shit, what's going on, you guys? You guys ready to talk some MMA? Who's ready to see the best fight the best? Because that's all we're here for. We want to see the best fight the best. And if we want to see the best fight the best, Dominic Cruz should not get this fight. Dominic Cruz has been out for 2 years. He has not fought a top contender. He's been out injured. And I get it. Anybody can get injured. But what I'm saying is, it's awfully convenient you come back as soon as it's time for your title shot. You never fought Jimmy Rivera. He's a guy that could be fighting for the title. What about Marlon Moraes? Rafael Assunção, anybody? We want to see the best fight the best, and Marlon Moraes has been proven he's the best. Dominic Cruz has been out. Okay, sorry. That's my MMA Frontier. Best fighting the best. I might make a channel doing nothing but that. But business-wise, Dominic Cruz is the no-brainer. Legacy-wise, Dominic Cruz is the no-brainer. Now I need to know what's more entertaining. Would you guys rather me do a show MMA Frontiered, wanting to see the best fight the best, or just full-time, just talking what makes the most sense. Fucking Dominic Cruz is the legacy fight. He's the more popular bantamweight. If you want to prove you're the best bantamweight of all time, you got to fight Cruz. Also, he's going to bring in the most money, do the best business. So it's going to be Cruz if it's bantamweight. But best fight in the best would be Marlon Moraes. Cam Murphy says both I like. Okay, well, I might try that one out. I might have to try that one out. And if I do that one, I'm going to have like a canteen and like some fucking overalls with this hat. It's going to be a whole fucking deal. Forward says full-time accents game. Yo. We can have like the MMA bar. Yo, no, I'm not going to offend anybody. Like, what's up, fool? I'm going to offend everybody right now. What's up, fool? It's time for Cejudo time. Tony. Okay, I'm going to stop. But Frontier full-time is funny as fuck, says Cam Murphy. Alright, yeah, we're definitely going Frontier. Marlon vs. Rafael is the #1 contender fight, but it won't happen. Well, if they book Cruz vs. Dillashaw, maybe they book Marlon vs. Sunsao on the same card. You know? Then you got the #1 contender for sure on the same card. That happens a lot of the times. I could see that for sure. A Sunsao vs. Moraes and Dillashaw vs. Cruz on the same card. I could for sure see that happening. Forward, don't gas him like that. That's the only decent one he does. I know. Say don't gas me, right? That's the only one I was about to do my Mexican, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood, right, with my Mexican cousins a lot of the time. Mexican school, public schools. So, I fucking actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be way better. And also when I cut my hair, Mexican people actually think I'm Mexican. Like, I used to have people coming up to me speaking fluent Spanish. Like, sorry, man. like, ¿qué pasó, amigo? I'm like, you know, this is people that actually are full-blood Mexican. They come up to me and they think I speak Spanish. I'm like, no, and it's funny because my cousin, who's actually Mexican, he don't speak Spanish either, so it happens to both of us. But yeah, just funny story. But it used to be way better, bro. When I was in high school, it's been a while. But yeah, so we'll move on. That's the updated pound-for-pound rankings. You can, like we talked about, Mighty Mouse is gone. Cruz is in. And a little interesting because he was under Garbrandt. It looks like Garbrandt got knocked all the way under Cruz in the pound-for-pound rankings, wherever he got knocked to. I mean, you only see the top 15. But I would imagine if there was a top 25, Garbrandt's still in there somewhere. So Cruz moving up past him. And then this one, everybody's moving up. Alex Perez jumps in the top 15, takes Mighty Mouse's spot. Not in the top 1, but Jussier Formiga now the #1 contender. Sergio Pettis #2. Holy shit, this looks so crazy without Demetrius, guys. But I will say this. The division is a lot closer now, right? You don't look at all of these guys as Demetrius food anymore. All of these guys in the past have just been Demetrius food. Now all of these guys are flyweights that are contenders that are, you know, now they're probably all Cejudo food. But I'm just saying, now these guys have, as far as the division and being shuffled up is concerned, I feel like it's a little better because there was always going to be Demetrius and Cejudo up top. These guys are just going to be battling it out to see who loses to the gatekeeper. I actually like it. I don't know why. I'm looking at this division, and without Demetrius, I mean, of course, respecting. I'm not saying I like Demetrius gone, but I'm just saying I feel like there's more parity in the division. I feel like there's more. I feel like the division's a lot closer with Demetrius gone. I'm him says full time. You're a fool. Garbage is trying to do what Dom is doing, says Cam Murphy. Mr. Perfect says full-time when Branch wins. What do you want to see next for him since you already said he wins? Since you already said he won't fight Weidman? I didn't say Branch won't fight Weidman. Are you saying Branch? I didn't say Branch won't fight Weidman. I don't remember ever saying that. I don't know why I would say that. But what's next for Branch? I would love to see him fight Jacare. I mean, that I really wanted to see that fight. It's unfortunate we didn't get to, but I would love to see that fight. The full-time Irish accent is elite. Yo, that one's hit or miss. That one's definitely hit or miss. Sometimes I'll be on it with the Irish one. Sometimes it'll suck a bag of dicks. Bob Cratchit says they're moving on up to the deluxe rankings in the sky. Had to put a tune to that. Branch should be traded, says Conor Lodge. No, I fuck with Branch, bro. I like David Branch a lot. I want to see him fight a top guy. I don't Weidman, Jacare. The winner of that fight, unless they're fighting for the title. Rockhold, he already fought. So either the winner or loser of Weidman versus Jacare. If the winner is gonna go on to, you know, fight the winner of Gastelum and Whitaker, then fight the loser. But if the winner wants another fight while we wait on Whitaker versus Gastelum, then fight the winner. But yeah, I actually think David Branch is underrated. Conor Lodge says he's lucky he doesn't have to fight Jacare, in my opinion. Could be, but David Branch is fucking dangerous, and that's a fight he really wanted. So I would like to see that fight. I think Branch is a little underrated, and so I'm looking forward to seeing him fighting a top guy next. Cejudo is a decent-sized 135, says Forward. Shit, he's a big-ass 125, so... Yeah, but still, the fact that he fought at flyweight, I think it's kind of like the same thing. If GSP beats Khabib at 170, people are like, okay, he went up a division, still dope. I think that's what happens here, and TJ Dillashaw kind of said that's why he doesn't want to fight Cejudo at 135. People are going to say, oh, you beat up the smaller guy. He came up to your weight class. He was supposed to lose. He had everything to gain. So, he is a decent-sized 135, but at the same time, I think people would hold that against TJ if they fought at 135. Brent said he won't fight Weidman if he wins, says Mr. Perfect. Why not? Are they homies or something? Are they teammates or something? Why not? Bob Cratchit said, I want to see Cejudo, Formiga, and Pettis versus Cormier. Sergio Pettis versus Cormier. Okay. Oh, I thought you were saying Cejudo versus Formiga and then Pettis versus Cormier. I see what you're saying. Bob Cratchit said we need Cejudo, Formiga, and Pettis all versus Cormier. Dude, now we're talking, man. Do you guys really want to sell some fucking pay-per-views or what? Do you guys really want to sell some pay-per-views? Do you really want to? Is this entertainment or is this a sport? Because if this is entertainment, if this is a business, I want Cejudo, Formiga, and Pettis versus Cormier. Same time. No tag team tagging me in bullshit. Same time, same octagon. Double champ versus the top 3 fucking flyweight contenders. No, that's gotta happen. Bob Cratchit is so on the fucking money with that. That's got to happen. If this is entertainment, I can't think of any fucking fight more entertaining than 3 flyweights versus the double champ. Conor Lodge, high as fuck. Conor Lodge says, oh, I get what he's saying. But yeah, so there's the rankings update. A little bit of lightweight rankings updated as well. Paul Felder jumping in the top 15. Who got taken out of the lightweight rankings? I don't know who got taken out of the lightweight rankings. I can't think of who. But everybody down here moved up for some reason. Let me think of what happened. Khabib moved up. Oh, Eddie Alvarez. That's who it was. Okay, boom. Eddie Alvarez also he signed with 1, so he got taken out of the rankings. So with Eddie Alvarez out, these guys all bump up and Paul Felder steps into number 15. Okay, that's who it was. Eddie Alvarez. Okay. Now also signed with 1. Anthony Smith jumped up 8 motherfucking ranks. I know Jan Blachowicz is pissed off, but either way, he just beat Volkan Ozdemir, which makes Anthony Smith the number 2 ranked light heavyweight contender. Holy shit. That is awesome. Anthony Smith went from fucking middleweight ass whooper, knockout artist, fucking people up, clutch Gene, lost to Santos, moved up to 205, knocked out Rashad Evans, Shogun, and they said, yeah, but they're old. And he said, well, how about I hear you, and I'll fucking raise you a Ozdemir. Finished him in the 3rd round with my submission this time. Call me a knockout artist again, bitch, I'm well-rounded. Anthony Smith not fucking around. Lionheart never has been. Holy shit, what's next for Anthony Smith? Where did that knock Ozdemir down to? Rank 5, right under Ilir Latifi. Whew. I think that's all the movements in the rankings. So there's the UFC fighter rankings update. Ben Askren wants Darren Till in London for his UFC debut. I'm sure Darren Till would like to fight in London. That would probably be dope. Is there anywhere you can like see the UFC schedule for 2019? I wonder if that's up on like fucking, I know normally Wikipedia. We just found out that UFC 333 is going to be in Anaheim. But is the UFC going to London? Because if so, this could happen. UFC schedule. Because if so, if they're going to London, I mean, why not? Ben Askren, Darren Till. He wants a top 5 guy. That's a top 5 guy. Let's see. Nope. Only up to 233 in Anaheim. So, yeah, I mean, but if they do go, that would be a good fight, though. Askren versus Till, that would be interesting. I mean, shit, that would be put up for shut up for both of these guys. Ben Askren wants Darren Till in London for his UFC debut. Ben Askren undefeated, coming over to take on the formerly undefeated Darren Till, who's only lost to Tyron Woodley in his entire career. Darren Till talking about moving up to middleweight, though, and Ben Askren has fought at middleweight in the past, so would this fight happen at middleweight? Possibly. Darren Till has had some issues cutting weight in the past, so, I mean, that's part of the reason he's probably moving up to middleweight at this time, on top of already losing to the champion. So we will see. But as far as Ben Askren, he said, obviously my number 1 and number 2 would be George St. Pierre and Khabib, but I know there's no way in hell I'm getting either of those two first round. So I'm hoping to get matched up with the Englishman named Darren Till. He just fought for the world title. He's ranked number 2. I had a little Twitter fight with him. I think he's significantly overrated, so I would like to fight him. Pause. I hear Ben Askren. I would just say, that's not a good reason to fight somebody, right? In my head. Not if you want the best to fight the best. If you're the best, you should be challenging the best fighter. Who's going to be your toughest matchup? Don't look for the easy fights. If you feel like Darren Till is overrated, you're saying he's an easier opponent. Fight legit competition. Best fighting the best. God damn it, Bobby. So, he feels like Darren Till's a little overrated. Maybe would like to take him. And I feel like actually, on top of it not being the best, fighting the best, if you beat the number 2 contender, motherfucker, what's next? Are you going to fight your best friend, Tyron Woodley? No, because you're a goddamn lover. Oh my God, I was like, that would have been so offensive. Of course you're not going to fight Woodley. You're an N-word lover. Oh my God, that's too far. I'm half black. Disclaimer. Of course you're not. So why on earth would you want to fight the number 2 contender so you can get to number 2 and turn down a fight with the champion? I just want to see the best fighting the best. Damn it. So, wouldn't be the best fight as far as that is concerned if we don't have a 165-pound division. You fight Darren Till, you beat Darren Till. Now you're the number 2 contender, but you don't want to fight Woodley, so what do? Just become Woodley's gatekeeper? How does anybody ever get up to fight Woodley? Unless you guys fight at middleweight. Maybe you guys fight at middleweight. Interesting. Forward says Askren vs. Till is terrible because it completely derails the loser. Askren vs. Masvidal works better to give Askren a showcase UFC fight. No, fuck that. You're cool with derailing Masvidal. You're cool with derailing Masvidal Well, you don't want to derail Till. Oh, I hear you, forward. I get it. I get it. Fuck that. Don't match it. Don't do that to my boy Masvidal. Fuck that. Derail somebody else. Give him fucking Wonder Boy or fucking who's someone else. Maya. Don't throw Masvidal in the fire, bro. Wonder Boy versus Lawler's probably going down, but don't do that. Let him showcase him versus Till. That's put up or shut up. If he beats Till, Till just got to work on his skills. And if he loses, Till handed him his first 0. Till's right back on track. No. If I'm being unbiased, honestly, Askren versus Till, I don't like that matchup. As far as business, I mean, it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. Also, something I just thought about is, if Till wins, they say, Askren, he wasn't even a UFC fighter. Who cares? And if he loses, then that's bad for Till. So, I mean, that might be the matchup, though. If Ben Askren's gonna fight a guy in the top 5, that might be one of the only available matchups, unless he wants to fight Usman. Yo, what's up? I gotta call it like I'm feeling it right now, and I'm feeling like Ben Askren don't want near enough smoke with Usman for some reason. You talking about wanting to fight Till because he's overrated. If you want to see the best fighting the best, that's Askren versus Usman. Which one of you motherfuckers is the better wrestler? Let's figure it out. And then you guys can move on to challenge for the title. But we don't need a whole lot of you motherfucking blanket fighting motherfuckers ruining the top 5. Usman versus fucking Lawler. Till versus Askren. Yeah, let's just fucking ruin all the fun fighters. No, fuck that. You guys fight each other. Best versus the best. The 2 best grapplers. The 2 best welterweight contenders that are both grapplers. Get in there and scrap it out. That's the best versus the best. Askren versus Usman. Get it done. Leave Till and Masvidal alone. Damn it. My bad. I have flashes, man. I have flashes. Fucking. But yeah. I feel like Till versus Askren, I don't really like that matchup. Even though it is a top 5 contender and it would be a good fight as far as for each fighter and where they're at, I don't know if that's my favorite matchup. Askren versus Usman, that'd be a real fucking test. Can you beat Usman? Because if you can't beat Usman, buddy, Usman is the Nigerian Nightmare, and they got Nightmare in there for a fucking reason. It's a nightmare for 1, trying to get this guy a fight booked, and it's a nightmare for 2, fighting against this guy. Nightmare is a nickname that definitely fits Kamaru Usman. And Ben Askren talking about wanting to fight overrated Till. How about you fight the not overrated Usman? Show everybody that you're the best in the world. You don't want to fight Woodley because he's your teammate. Well, fight Usman. Now, I know people are going to push back on that idea because Usman's a tough matchup, and you know what I'm saying? I would assume the Askren fans probably aren't looking forward to that matchup, just like the fans of any fighter. Just like the Till fans are not looking forward to a Usman matchup. Just like the Covington fans are not looking forward to an Usman matchup. You know what I'm saying? No one's looking forward. Nobody's fans are looking forward to a matchup with Usman. They're going to give you a million excuses. 30%. Wrestling. Boring. Whatever the fuck they want to say. And the truth is because they don't want the favorite fighter getting fucking smashed. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but I honestly don't give a fuck. Sorry, guys. Darren Till says, Ben, all I do is chat absolute horseshit Askren. Yo, that tweet is so fucking legit. Darren Till says, who the fuck are you? I've had 1 loss, and you thinking you're going to come over here and ruin everyone. Trust me, I would knock the curly head off your hair, you hillbilly. Ben Askren responded, said, you got a good straight left, an average Muay Thai clinch, below average BJJ, shitty wrestling, and terrible cardio. How is it even possible that you beat me? Fire! On fire. Oh my god. Ben Askren with the fucking breakdown. Holy shit. Forward is somewhere fucking pounding his table. The fuck did you just say, Ben? Darren Till says, shitty wrestling when your boy couldn't take me down. If that left lands, though, it's all she wrote. It will take your chin clean off and hopefully that stupid haircut, you hillbilly. Oh shit, son! I got bad wrestling, but your boy couldn't take me down and you're his wrestling coach. Oh shit! What you gotta say about that? No, I'm just kidding. But, yo, what an exchange. Maybe these motherfuckers are gonna have to fucking scrap it out. Maybe these guys are gonna scrap it out. We'll see. But if they do, it could be at middleweight, honestly. Till's talked about moving up to middleweight. Ben Askren's fought at middleweight in the past. So, meh. We'll see. Should be Maya, then Usman, says Poetic Gangsta. Maya's not in the top 5 anymore, but I would still like that fight. Mr. Perfect says the welterweight division is filled with killer wrestlers. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Do you actually think Marshman beats Roberson, says Ayub Ali? I think he's got a chance. I'm not confident in the pick. I mean, that one, I'll tell you this much. I'll say there's, I don't know if you're asking for betting reasons, because I know he's an underdog, and that's where my mind went. That's a good value. I would not go balls deep picking Marshman. He's a 3-1 underdog. That one for me is similar to Brunson Adesanya. For me, those are both a lot closer to 50-50 fights than anybody being a 3-1 underdog. Both of them are 3-1. So that's one of those things where if you're going to bet on Marshman, also bet on Brunson. Because I think one of them is going to win. Who's it going to be? When's it going to be? Don't know. But one of those guys is going to win. One of those underdogs. I'm very confident in that. I don't know which one, because both of those are closer fights than the odds say to me. Jack Marshman's got a lot more experience than Carl Roberson. He's fought some tough guys in his career, but Roberson is dangerous. Roberson's got a lot less experience, but he's a big favorite because he's so fucking dangerous, and he's dangerous everywhere. But, I mean, I should do like a separate betting thing, just breakdowns. But I was going to say, the last fight, if you watch Tate Edwards versus Don Madge, it was one of the best fights of the night. Looking at that fight, when I did my research, I felt like that was a 50-50 fight. Because, and Tate Edwards was a 5-1 fucking favorite. 500, like, it was crazy. But Don Madge had legitimately fought tougher competition throughout his career, was a little more experienced, trained with Chris Cyborg. Like, that was great value, and I feel that same way with both of these fights. I feel like, yeah, Adesanya is great standing up, and he could for sure win this fight by knockout, and he could do it first round, and if Derek Brunson can't take him down, it could be a bad night for Brunson. But I think Derek Brunson is underrated. I don't want to say criminally underrated, but I think Derek Brunson is for sure underrated. His wrestling, slept on for sure, super dangerous. So, Derek Brunson can win, Marshman can win. Either one of them can win. They're both underdogs. There's full times like betting minute. My betting minute. I guess the fights are away coming up in 2 days, so there you go. Usually, if my betting stuff I leave on Patreon because it could have been how I got shadow banned. I don't fucking know how I got shadow banned, guys. I'll tell you guys a funny story though. Interesting story. Could have been this. I don't know. Man, about 5-6 months ago, somebody commented on one of my videos and they were challenging something that I said in the video, like, hey, you probably shouldn't be saying this if you don't know this. And I was like, well, actually, this is what led me to believe this. I feel like I can say this because of this. And if you feel otherwise, then here's why I feel this way. Someone commented under it like, you probably shouldn't have responded to that person. You don't even know who you just responded to like that. And something. Like, I was like, what the fuck just happened in a YouTube comment? I responded to someone criticizing me and someone else commented on the video like, you don't know who you just fucked with. That the guy you just responded to, you just should have just shut up and been a fucking stupid YouTuber. You're like, what the fuck? Like, and it wasn't the same person. Someone else backed that guy up. Like, you fucked up now. And I'm like, god damn. Did I fuck up responding to a YouTube comment? Like, Who the fuck did I just... Who's in these YouTube comments? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That could have been it. It could have been because I pissed off. You know? I don't know. It is what it is. But now the betting advice is on Patreon. If that's what it is. JB's Wikipedia tells me Derrick Brunson once was a cheerleader. Really, though? Yeah, he was. Competitive. But that means he's athletic as fuck. That's nothing. That's an athletic... He could have been a wrestler, and then when he's not wrestling on the off season, he's throwing bitches up. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta look up to catch him. I'm just saying. Oh shit, you gotta look. It's cheerleaders, bro. If you're not out there fucking, and even if you are gay, more power to you. But I'm saying, if you're a straight male cheerleader, that seems like a great place to be. I mean, unless you're like homophobic or something. But if you're straight, you're around to nothing but fucking cheerleaders. Clearly, you're their homie, and I explained the story earlier in the show. You get invited to all the motherfucking parties, boom, 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 you get all type of benefits being a male cheerleader that's straight. If you can get past the whole fucking, go! If you can get past all of that, it's a great place to be. Very athletic, too. Bubba G says comments are only crazy people and big fight fans. I'm both. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was that got us fucking shadow banned, but I just tried to look back and say, was it that weird ass comment? Was it the betting advice? You know what I'm saying? I try to figure it out. Maybe it's none of those. Maybe it's just YouTube's algorithm changes. It could be just that. It could be none of that. Cadbury, full-time, be careful. We give ordinary citizens a platform when you read our comments. The powers that be watch you. Eek. Oh, so should I not read the comments, are you saying? Is that the problem? Should I, like, only read, like... No. Yeah, I don't know. You might have something there. There might be something out there. John Taylor in the building. It could be one of those crappy MMA channels, and everyone made 30 profiles and start complaining. Yeah, because also, right... My GoFundMe's got flagged at the same time. Like, around the same time. So I thought it was connected, but it might not be. It could be YouTube's algorithms changed around the same time my GoFundMe's were getting flagged down. Or it could be connected, and it could just be the powers that be saying, fuck full-time MMA, you little YouTubing bitch. I don't know. Maybe that's how they feel. Either way, it is what it is. All we can do is keep grinding. Kind of like these wrestlers in the welterweight division. Ben Askren wants Darren Till in London in his UFC debut. We'll see if the fight gets booked. But these crew already have taken to Twitter and started the fight. Bob Cratchit says Lynn Swan of the Pittsburgh Squillers was a ballerina. Really benefited him as a wide receiver. Oh yeah. I see. I think there's Kevin Lee. He does ballerina. Somebody. If it's not ballerina, I'm pretty sure. Like, pause, but and it's for fighting. And maybe you're looser on your toes and shit. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Kevin Lee, and there's other fighters as well. And if it's not Kevin Lee, my bad, but it's not a bad thing. Like you're saying, it's literally could be good for your movement in fight. If you can get past the homophobic part of being a ballerina or a cheerleader, also, it's a good place to be. It's good for your movement, for one, and for two, as far as cheerleading, especially in college or shit. I'm telling you, best fucking parties, right? Who doesn't want to be at the parties the cheerleaders are at? So if you're the male cheerleader, you got the whole squad. Like, come on, dude. It's literally a no-brainer when you think about it like that. Why is your betting and your betting advice is high level? Careful, Lord, you the shit. Yo. My betting advice, I know that shit. That shit. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if I was a bookie or something, I would be fucking mad at full-time MMA. At the shit we used to do on this channel. Honestly, because for a person, it makes a lot of sense. It's an amazing idea. It's fucking awesome. I loved what it was. But it's bad for business. Because for one, we're winning. And for two, it's saying if you don't want to spend actual money, here's an idea. Get a piece of paper and pretend like you're betting on the fights. And if you fucking go negative, it lets you know you shouldn't have bet. And if you win, it lets you know you should have bet. So it was just, that shit was, I really feel like that was a big, and especially with, right, gambling, and I don't know about where you guys live, but in America, it's starting to become legal everywhere. It's like, at least betting on sports is going to be, I think, statewide. So, I mean, right, betting getting more popular. I know it's, for me, it's getting more popular. I'm on FanDuel with basketball and NFL. That shit got me watching games again. Bro, I used to be a hardcore NFL and NBA fan, but I wasn't really fucking watching every game every night. But now that I got, you know, some people I talk about it with and some dope-ass websites, and I do a little research with it, bro, I'm on this FanDuel and shit having fun as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Competing, winning a little bit of money, nothing crazy, but, so, I don't know, but, yeah, that betting on the Fights with Fake Money series, which we still do on Patreon, I feel like that might have had something to do with it, too. So, Bubba G said Anderson Silva did ballet. Did not know that. Did not know that, but I would not be surprised. Van Damme was a ballet dancer, and he can still move great, says Cam Murphy. Okay, okay. JB says, I'm in Holland, Europe, illegal here. Legal in the UK, though. Okay, yeah, so, and I know there's a lot of people that listen to my channel from the UK, too, and the UK and America, where gambling is a little more legal. So, hey, who knows? Maybe when we start the MMA frontier, there will be no betting advice, and we won't get fucking shadow banned. We shall see. Sijara Eubanks, though, speaking ahead of her UFC 230 fight, talking about some of the lessons she learned. She said she's going to get her belt one way or another. She said, the thing is, I'm going to get my belt one way or another. Keep chugging, keep training, keep working hard, keep the diligence, and it will happen. I think I deserve a shot versus the winner of Shevchenko versus Eubanks with a dominant performance here November 3rd. She continued to say, it's easy to sort of get caught up in the moaning and be mad. It's not going to help at all because the train is moving. Life goes on. I gave myself some time to be pissed about it, but not much. The day they took the title shot away, I re-signed for Roxanne that night. Like 1 o'clock in the morning, I went to bed like pissed off, but by the time I woke up the next morning, I had no choice but to move on. I had a whole new opponent, a whole new camp. This is a funny game, but it's sort of like life lessons. I can't dwell on what happened. I have to dwell on what's going on now and what's going to happen. I can't worry too much about all the craziness that happened a couple weeks ago because I cannot lose focus on what's going on here November 3rd. And that's her matchup, her rematch with Roxanne Modafferi. And even though she won the first fight, she cannot take this fight for granted because it's different circumstances. First fight was on The Ultimate Fighter. It was the third fight. You know that you don't have your team, and you don't have a full fight camp. Roxanne Modafferi is coming into this rematch with Sijara Eubanks with a full fight camp, and also with her team training her, not just the coaches of Tough. So she's got her legit team, a legit full fight camp. She's not coming in dinged up. So this is going to be a different fight for Sijara Eubanks. And so she's got to focus on the task at hand, which is Roxanne Modafferi. And she can still win this fight, but it's still going to be different circumstances. She said, it's been my goal as a mixed martial artist to be the UFC world champion. And by the way, that works both ways. Sarge also gets a full fight camp now. And she also, you know what I'm saying, isn't going to be injured at all. And so she might whoop her ass even worse this time. It goes both ways, but I'm just saying it makes for a different fight. And so I feel like twice I've missed it, she says. The first time was my fault. The second time it got snatched away. Hopefully third time is a charm, but I still have a mega opportunity here to continue to solidify my dominance here in this division. So that's 2 times now the title shot's been taken away from Sijara Eubanks. First was her fault, as she said. She won The Ultimate Fighter Season 26. But when she was supposed to fight Nico Montano for the title, she was hospitalized due to her weight cut. Roxanne Modafferi actually got to step up and take her place. Now, she's going to get to fight Roxanne Modafferi once again, potentially to try and challenge for the title, if she can win this fight dominantly. We will see, but Sijara Eubanks looking at everything that's happened as a lesson and not dwelling on the past, so salute to Sarge. Lando Vannata, also fighting at UFC 230, said he really wasn't very happy at Jackson Wink MMA, and so he left, and he feels like it's going to do good for him. You guys recall Jackson Wink been going through a little bit of a big drama show, I guess you could say, as far as the splitting of Donald Cerrone and Jackson Wink Mike Perry, the new blood, kind of taking the place of Cerrone. So Cerrone, you know, kind of airing out everything going on with the camp, calling it a puppy mill, and you know, just airing out Jackson Wink. And so there's a lot of drama going on there and a lot of bullshit. And so how does that affect the fighters? Well, Lando Vannata, and that might not have anything to do with it, we'll read now, but he's feeling better outside of Jackson Wink. He says, it was around the same time, it was basically right after my last fight. I knew I was going to switch gyms regardless. I just wasn't really happy there. Too much animosity with too many people. A lot of people I didn't mesh with and just couldn't go there without being on edge. I had to take off, and we had the whole Donald thing happen with Joe Rogan's podcast. It was just perfect timing. So he's like, shit, man, everything was already going south. Now with this split, I'm leaving too. And hey, it might show in his fight. What if Lando Vannata comes out here, leaves Jackson Wink, and fucking, you know what I'm saying, turns into a whole new animal? It's very possible, because Lando Vannata is a very talented fighter. He's like 1-3-1 in the UFC right now, unfortunately, but he's definitely a talented fighter. So see if he can get a win here at UFC 230. He said, I feel happy, I feel good, I'm extremely impressed with how things are going so far. Hands down, my best camp. I feel amazing. Doesn't matter if it's 5 seconds or 15 minutes, I'm going to go in there and perform my best. A beautiful performance, flawless victory again. A lot has changed. My cardio is insane right now. My technique is at a very high level. I'm looking to go put up a performance. I think it's a great stylistic matchup for me. So we'll see. I believe he's coming off a loss to Jakar Close, if I'm not mistaken. Very tough fight. Sarge ain't getting no motherfucking title shot, says Stamina MC. Maybe not next. Maybe if she beats Eubanks. If Eubanks can beat Modafferi, this fight coming up this weekend, and then maybe the loser of Chukagi and yeah, she's pretty far. A win over Roxanne, I don't think gets her a title shot, but you never know. You never know. Maybe Caitlin Chukagian beats Jessica and maybe she gets banged up in the fight, and so she's not going to be cleared to fight, and so they need somebody, and Sarge is next in line. Like, anything can happen, but not in a great place. Moving on, we got Citizens Help officer restrains Stephan Bonnar in DUI arrest. So, I'm going to play this. And first, I'll read the story. It says, earlier this week, news surfaced that UFC and Bellator veteran Stephan Bonnar had been arrested for DUI in Nevada on Wednesday. Video of the fighter's arrest surfaced online, and it's not pretty. In this video, we can see Stephan Bonnar being pulled from his vehicle by Nevada Highway Patrol trooper. Bonnar had been previously restrained by 2 concerned citizens who were able to stop his vehicle and tie him up with cargo straps. With the aid of the citizens, Bonnar is pulled from the vehicle by an officer and handcuffed. It says, upon his arrest, Bonnar was reportedly quite energetic, spasming and resisting. The officer attempts to detain him. Citizens on scene also warned officers be wary of his spitting. After the search of the vehicle, NHP troopers found an AR-15, an empty bottle of vodka, and a pill bottle for Siloxib, a prescription pain reliever. So, little context to what you are about to watch with the vet, Stephan Bonnar.
Come on out. Come on. Come on out. Come here. Roll over. Roll over. Get down, buddy. Give me a hand. Take him down. You picked the wrong group of guys, dude. Alright.
And that's so fucking ironic. They're telling Stephan Bonnar that he picked the wrong group of guys. But yeah, so unfortunate situation for Stephan Bonnar. You know, from what I saw in that video, I mean, it seemed like he was damn near, he was out of it, right? Like, probably drunk. It's how I was the morning after UFC 229, or probably the night of, right, when I was asleep, just out of it. But yeah, so I read a little bit about the story. He was detained, but you never know what, you know what I'm saying, somebody's going through. And with what was allegedly found in the car between the alcohol and the prescription pain pills, that is never a good combination, you know what I'm saying, to mix up unless you're trying to get fucked up. Okay. That was irresponsible, but I'm just saying, you don't mix pain pills and alcohol. Fucking, like I said, you'll definitely be fucked up, and it can be a good fucked up, or it can be a very, very bad fucked up. And so I wouldn't advise it. But I mean, yeah, man, unfortunate situation. Stephan Bonnar. I saw the headline a while ago. I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, too interested in it, because I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, so someone got a DUI? Like, what is the story there? Someone got a DUI? Okay. But the video was actually kind of interesting, and you know what I'm saying? So there's that. I think we only have one other thing to talk about. Salutes Now and Later. I know he said his daughter's a big Heather Hardy fan, so here's some Heather Hardy news. Bellator's Heather Hardy says she's done boxing unless it's for a title. You know, she probably wanting to focus on her MMA career. Maybe she's liking the new challenge of being an MMA fighter, liking learning kicks, liking the grappling. And she's like, shit, if I can't focus on boxing 100% and I'm not going to get this title shot or whatever, I'm going to stick to training all these disciplines in this new fucking area. The MMA, I would imagine, is way funner than boxing. You get to do a lot more things. Yeah, it's probably more grueling, but I mean, boxing, and I've heard boxers say this in interviews and shit, like, there's only so many combinations you can throw. There's only so much you can train. So it gets a little repetitive sometimes. And shit, Tony Ferguson has even said that about MMA. But at least in MMA, you can train your wrestling, you train your jiu-jitsu, you train your kicks, you train your punches, you can train Muay Thai, you can mix it up, train a little bit of Korea. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of the same regimens a lot of the time with your drills. But there's a lot more ways to mix it up in MMA. So with that being said, this is what Heather Hardy had to say on social media, and she's holding up a title. Did you win a title then? She says, tonight, I won my first world title at Madison Square Garden on HBO Boxing. Not only and still, but and new. 8 years ago, I never knew about boxing. 6 years ago, I was homeless, living out of a tiny office at Glayson's gym. Never give up on your dreams. They might actually come true. Sorry I didn't credit you for the photo. I was drunk. At most, thank you to my sponsors. And is that where she said that she's not? Oh yeah, right here. A lot of people were asking, are you done fighting MMA? And the answer is no. I'm not done with anything. I'm taking the rest of my career one fight at a time because I want to see the best option for me. I'm not going to do any more boxing fights unless they're for the world title. There are 3 more world titles out there I want to unify. If I can't get a fight with any of those girls, it's going to be hard pressed to see me back in the boxing ring. Shit, boxing's my comfort zone. It's home for me. That's the best way to put it. It's like a dance, a performance. Like, I'm in there to show you I'm better. I learned after my first MMA fight that boxing and MMA are too different. And you don't try to win an MMA fight. It was more like trying to survive and beat the girl up worse than she beats me up. And I don't take my boxing in the same way. I go in the ring and I don't feel like I'm ever going to get beat up. I'm going to make you look silly. So she's letting you know, motherfucker, in that boxing ring, I'm coming for you. I'm a whole nother animal in that boxing ring. I'm trying to fight for titles, though, and other than that, I'm going to get serious with this MMA crap. Heather Hardy's came a long way, so salute to Heather Hardy for winning her first boxing title. Faux show. See if she can get those belts unified, if she can get another boxing match. I didn't even know she was boxing on the same night as the fights. Maybe we would have, had that open as well or something on another tab. But yeah, man, that being said, we've got no Bellator this weekend. We've got UFC 230, so we'll take a look at that card real quick again. And, of course, tomorrow on the panel we'll be talking about UFC 230, but we'll just take a quick look at the main card, and then I want to look at the next Bellator event coming up. Brunson versus Adesanya. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for me, this is a 50-50 fight. Anybody can win. Adesanya's got great takedown defense, but Yoel Romero is one of the best wrestlers in the fucking world, and Derek Brunson took him down when he was a lot closer to his prime, you could argue. I mean, some people say Yoel Romero's in his prime now, but shit, he's 40. So if he's in his prime now, he was still a goddamn beast at 36. And that's when Brunson took him down 3 times and almost fucking beat him. I mean, lost twice to Jacare, but literally, Brunson's only losing to legends of the middleweight division. He's only losing to legends of the middleweight division. Maybe Adesanya runs the table. Maybe he can do what Darren Till didn't. Maybe he can remain undefeated and potentially, you know, run that all the way up. We'll see. But Brunson is underrated, I feel like. That low-key, like, I think I already did my episode for the fake money bankroll this week. I might have to update it because I feel like I got Marshman winning as well. I don't know. That's another topic for another day. I'm not going to start talking about betting on this show. I just have some fun looking at that shit sometimes. But Brunson versus Adesanya going to be a great fight. I'm giving a slight edge to Adesanya, but I would not be surprised at all if Derrick Brunson comes in here and gets the upset. I almost don't feel like it's too much of an upset. I really feel like he's underrated as fuck for the fights that he's had. So, Marshman versus Roberson. Roberson, Baby K, very dangerous, a lot less experienced than Marshman, though. Marshman's got the experience, but that man, Roberson is fucking dangerous. Dana White's Tuesday night contender. He can knock you out. He can beat you in a decision. He can submit you. So I'm giving the edge to Marshman in this fight with the experience. But this is another close one for me. Branch versus Cannonier. I'm taking Branch all the way. I like Branch a lot, and I feel like he's fought higher level competition inside, outside the UFC. I feel like Cannonier's got a puncher's chance, but that's about it in this fight. That's pretty much all I'm giving Jared Cannonier's the puncher's chance, and I think David Branch, if he can avoid being knocked out, wins this fight for sure. Weidman versus Jacare. Holy shit, this one's close for me as well. Giving the edge to Weidman. I feel like if Jacare is going to win, he's going to have to knock Chris out or submit him, which is possible. It's very possible. But since I'm giving him the finisher's chance, I'm going to give the edge to Weidman. Because he can also, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Weidman's going to submit Jacare. Maybe he can knock him out for sure. I'm sure he can. But likelihood is Weidman wins a decision. But we'll see how the fight goes. And then, of course, the main event, Cormier versus Lewis. DC versus the Black Beast. Battle of the motherfucking fried chicken eaters, I guess. I mean, that's what we can call it, right? With his new sponsorship, maybe. Louisiana Popeyes Chicken turning their back on Louisiana's own Daniel Cormier. Fucking how loyal are you guys? Louisiana's Popeyes Chicken turning their back on Louisiana's own fucking double champ. Y'all ain't doing it right. Y'all ain't doing it right. But it's all good. It's all good. Aside from that, no Bellator this week, but we do got Bellator coming up November 16th. So that's actually a couple weeks from now. That's the next Bellator event. And it's headlined by Pitbull and Emmanuel Sanchez. Is there anything else on that card that sticks out? Ryan Couture, Phil Davis, Cindy Dandois versus Olga Rubin. Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is a Bellator event, but not anytime soon. We'll stick to UFC 230. So yeah, man. With that being said, that is the show for today. It's only 12 o'clock. We went for a good amount of time, though. Early show. We'll be doing another one tomorrow, live panel around the same time, guys. So thank you guys for coming through to the show today. We'll play some UFC 230. We'll play some UFC 230 sounds one last time. Rap Devil. Before we get out of here, guys, thanks for coming through to the show. Let me pull up the chat. Yosa L says Lewis gonna sleep. Crybaby Assassin. Stamina MC says Amanda Serrano had a similar, but she looks to be better at MMA than Heather Hardy. Katie Taylor would destroy her, says Cam Murphy. Oh shit. I heard about Katie Taylor. Are they in the same division? We might have to see Katie Taylor versus Heather Hardy. I'd watch that. I know both of them. Gator Clap. Yosa L says Beast in the first. Right hook. Oh shit. DC didn't defend Popeye's honor. Okay, so maybe he turned on Louisiana first. Louisiana's Popeyes Chicken first. Bob Cratcher says, remember, Lewis by head kick. Switch kick or just like fucking high head kick? Just throwing it up there. Okay, bro, have a good one, says JB. You too, man. You guys have a good one. I'm about to take off, get ready for work, download the podcasts that are necessary to get me right for the MMA game and also my fantasy football and basketball. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. We out till tomorrow. Oh wait, that's not how I end the stream. Oh, we gotta play the song too. Subscribe to UFC Yankovic. Don't forget. 1,000 subs. Let's get it.
Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gonna be me and Volkov just put this guy
Oh
on his
shit!
back? I hope you know no one.
I just realized! Guys! Someone's listening. Dude, someone's fucking... I'm not one of those guys. I don't say people are listening to my channel. But I'm doing it right now. For one, a damn article in Women's Health came out, and I wasn't browsing this. We talked about this on a show. We were looking for a Rose Namajunas update, and we seen an article she did with Women's Health. And it said, fucking step number 5, her favorite snack, bagel bites. You can't make this up, you guys. You can't make this up. Her favorite snack is bagel bites. Don't be a baby back bagel biting bitch boy. Her favorite snack is bagel bites. That had nothing to do with bagel bites and nothing to do with Rose, and it just so happens she fucking loves bagel bites. Now, what do we say to open up this song?
Somebody grab him some chicken.
What did he say?
Somebody grab him some chicken.
One more time.
Somebody grab him some chicken.
Somebody grab him some chicken. Derrick Lewis strikes a deal with Popeyes Chicken. Rose Namajunas is biting bagels. They're grabbing him some chicken. Mystic full time. Mystic full time. April Fools. Okay, guys. Maybe you guys ain't. Maybe it's all coincidences. You know what I'm saying? Probably is.
Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gonna beat me and Volkov just put this guy on his back? I hope you know no one is scared of you, especially not DC. And you can call me Daniel Cormier or Double Chips. You know you cannot beat me. And yeah,
oh shit, I gotta turn off my background music when you play your videos. Oh shit, I didn't know it wasn't off. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Good call.
Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gonna beat me and Volkov just put this guy on his back? I hope you know no one is scared of you, especially not DC. And you can call me Daniel Cormier or Double Chips. You know you cannot beat me. And yeah, I'm talking to Lewis. If you want to scrap, we can do this. I know that you're black, I know you're a beast, I know that you're fat and you're stupid. I'm back on my bullshit and liking my cool. At UFC 230, I'll spaz on this fool. He's not gonna beat me cause he's lacking the tools. This nigga can't breathe when he's splashing the pool. No cardio, hope. And it's probably gonna show when I take him down and I beat him up, cause that's all that I know.
They call me Daniel Cormier, yeah, I'm coming to defend my title. If he think that he can beat me, then this motherfucker's psycho, bitch, I'm gone.
I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back, let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats, let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back, let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it.